We learned from this article that the pandemic has disproportionately affected women economically, mentally, and physically, because the majority of health workers are women, and more women lost their job because of increased demand for unpaid childcare, and more women are working in the service industry. And we also have seen an increased number of incidents in domestic violence and sexual abuse. The pandemic not only has exacerbated the gender gap, but also exposed the hidden inequality between men and women, both in workplace and in home. I agree with the authors that the short-term fixes, such as the COVID relief for childcare and some long-term changes like paid parental leave policies would help. However, I believe in order to have sustainable changes, we need to really dig deeper about the reasons and also explore a holistic approach to address it. I believe the change of the heart and behavior on an individual level is also important, probably more effective in the long run. Gender inequality does not only affect women, it has consequences for the well-being of the whole society. According to the teaching of Baha'u'llah, the world of humanity has two wings. One is women, the other is man. Not until the both wings are equally developed can the bird fly. The imbalance between male and female hinders advancement of the society. Interestingly, we have witnessed the big potential of women in this pandemic. The most effective leaders who have tackled the pandemic are females. For example, the leaders in New Zealand, Germany, and Taiwan, if there were more of them, maybe the pandemic would have got under control globally sooner. Women really should be encouraged to participate in all human affairs, especially in leadership and policy-making roles. We also have to look at the underlying cause of gender inequality. I believe there is an imbalance between material and spiritual development in our society. The material wealth has increased tremendously, but the spiritual progress, including social justice, is still lagged behind. Strengthening education is the key. Material education is going to be important continually because it can empower women to work in more fields such as STEMs and other industries. Women are affected the most because a large number of them work in the service industry. More importantly, we need to elevate the status of the spiritual education in values, morality, and virtues. We need to have a greater awareness of the spiritual principle of gender equality. We have to know that the inner reality of the human soul is the reflection of the divine in us. Human souls do not have a gender. We are equal in God's eyes. Baha'i teachings also stresses women's education. Women are the first educator of children and will benefit the society in the long run for the advancement of the morality and virtues. Spiritual education for men and boys are also important because they need to learn to respect women at a young age. And we also need their participation in the advancement of gender equality. We need to develop the consultative relationship with them to make more progress. We also know that inequality stems from a current power structure. Spiritual education can redefine the power and the power structure. We needed to transform the power structure with the characteristics of domination, competition, exploitation, coercion into a power structure with the unity, love, justice, equity, knowledge, humility, and the integrity. All in all, a holistic approach with an emphasis on spiritual education can transform our society and advance the cause of gender equality.